For you two, how much does culture play a role in your life?
I mean, I think it plays a pretty big role. You know, even like, I don't know, I think growing up too, there wasn't really as many like Asian American actors, and so for a while it's like, oh, it's not really cool to be Chinese. Like, it's like I should just like I turn on TV and it, you know, on Disney Channel, it's like usually just like more Caucasian and stuff, and I was like, oh, I don't know, I feel like it's like, you know, I didn't really feel cool. But I think now, like, I'm like, oh my gosh, there's like way more Asian representation. Actually, no, I take that back. I think there was Brenda Song from Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
The Disney lady, Disney Channel girl.
Right. And I liked her, but I think that was like the only one I can think of.
Only one,
you know?
Yeah. And unless you can do martial arts like Bruce Lee and
Right.
Jackie Chan.
Everyone
like
knows.
that.
I'm like,
Yeah, when I first got into like the modeling act, I think I was like 15, 16, and they all kept saying like, oh, like you're Chinese, and they just kept like categorizing me like on the far fob side, like you must like do kung fu. I was like, nope, I'm all the way over here, guys. Like they were like, you must speak Chinese, you must like do all these things. Like, were you born in China? I'm like, nope. American. Like, but now obviously when you look on commercials now, like I notice it a lot more now, not even though I don't model anymore, is that you'll see like more ethnic faces, which is so awesome, because I think at the time, like, you know, all the Maybelline or all the CoverGirl stuff, Abercrombie and Hollister, they're all just beautiful, like blonde hair, blue-eyed men and women, and now that you can see like Hapa people making it up there, I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, I like it. I feel like we're very like ethnic. We're made up of like 8 different ethnicities, mostly Chinese and Hispanic, which is great for this month. But I feel like it really helped us like growing up like in a very diverse culture, like in our house, like having my dad being Chinese, my mom Hispanic. Like I feel like you just learn different things, different cultures and customs, and obviously different food too. Which I like.
Did you ever struggle with your identity or not feeling, I don't know, Chinese enough, or, you know, how people here are like, they don't feel Hawaiian enough, they don't look Hawaiian, or they don't do the Hawaiian things, quote unquote.
Totally.
Oh, definitely.
Actually, even like, so when I was like modeling in New York, they're like, oh, you're like some casting people will be like, oh yeah, you're like too Asian, or like, oh, you're not Asian enough, you know? So I'm like, gosh, like I don't know
what does that even mean.
What am I? You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I think like even growing up too, like for a long time, for even like my parents like got divorced, and when my parents got divorced, we really didn't spend like much time with like my Chinese family anymore. So like even that, like as adults, like we've like reconnected with our like Chinese heritage, and so like for a long time too, I was just like, I don't even know what I am. But it was comforting, like knowing like everybody else in Hawaii is also so mixed. So it's like you don't really like you rep it, but you also are like, oh, we're all like locals. You know what I mean? We're all like kama'aina, and like I think like now as an adult though, I'm like way more like, okay, yeah, like I'm Chinese. I actually I want to learn Mandarin too, so I can like understand what my grandma's saying.
Hard.
I hear all the bad words, but I'm like, what else are you saying? Like,
I feel like there's this constant struggle, especially here in Hawaii, because we're all trying to figure out our identities because we're so mixed. And I feel like a lot of people like to just gravitate to Hawaiian, even if they're like 5% Hawaiian or very little, and maybe even like 60% Japanese. Because that's the cool thing, right? To be Hawaiian in Hawaii, you know, go to Kamehameha schools, or, you know, speak some Hawaiian. I feel like we forget about our other ethnicities. Even myself, that's why recently I've been having a lot of Asian American guests on, because I'm Japanese and Korean. Like I'm not just Hawaiian. I'm more Japanese and Korean than I am Hawaiian. But I identify as Hawaiian because that's the culture I know.
Right.
You know?
And you grew up in Hawaiian culture.
Yes,
you know?
exactly. But I just feel like sometimes we totally forget our other ancestors. Because it's important to know where you're from, you know, and the history. So that's something that I want to kind of get out there in the world, is like, we're not just, I mean, some people are if they're like full whatever. But, you know, we have to be respectful to our other kupuna and ancestors out there.
Absolutely.
So. No, actually, our mom is like really getting so into ancestry right now, and like, so my mom's like half Spanish Mexican, but they were like basically like the Spaniards who came into Mexico, and that part of Mexico ended up becoming California. So like our family is actually one of the original founding families of California.
Wow.
I think too we could actually get our name like on a list and like get some like farmland, kind of like the same as like the Hawaiians here.
Okay. Yeah.
But But yeah, I think that's something too, like my mom's like so into, and I like feel like I really want to like tap more into that just to like get more connected with my Hispanic culture. And even like maybe naturally in Hawaii, there's like not very many Hispanic people here that like are at least not very vocal about it. So I would want to like, you know, I think maybe that's why we didn't really like get as in tune with it. But, you know, now as I get older, I'm like, oh yeah, like I would love to get more like connected to that.
Yeah.